So if you're watching this video, you probably already know that I am the founder and leader of this organization called the Solution Focused Universe. We go by the SFU. And one of the things we do is we have a monthly coaching call, which is like the highlight of this community where we all get together as a community. We just talk about solution focused once a month. And in today's coaching call, something like came out of it. And I found myself explaining something in a way that I hadn't explained before, and I want to share that with you now. So oftentimes what throws off solution-focused professionals is when they're talking to a client who seems hesitant to go through the therapy. And the therapist has a tendency to translate hesitancy for reluctance. So like, what do we do with a client who doesn't want to do this, who doesn't want to answer questions, who doesn't want to be in therapy? And, you know, I was thinking about that and I was thinking hesitancy should not be translated as reluctancy. Hesitancy is connected to trust, right? So when the client comes into the therapy room, they're anticipating, you know, one question or another, right? And they're expecting you to ask certain questions. And in solution-focused brief therapy, we're asking such unusual questions. The first thing that happens when someone asks you an unusual question is you have to think about, should I answer this? And if so, how should I answer this? And sometimes that comes out as hesitancy, not reluctance. So what do we do when we work with clients who are hesitant? We work to build up trust, right? And I'll give you an example. I saw a woman several years ago who was really struggling to interact physically with her daughter, like hadn't hugged her daughter in years. The daughter's behavior is like off the rails and this mom is like potentially getting in some trouble. And I asked her when was the last time she hugged her daughter, and she got hesitant. And that's reasonable, because if the answer is I haven't hugged my daughter in years, she should expect judgment from me, criticism from me. She should expect these things to make her feel less effective. And no one feels, that doesn't feel good. You don't want to answer those questions. So she told me I haven't hugged my daughter in years. And I said, when the last time you held your daughter, what did you notice that really felt like this was a good connection? And she said, it just felt nice to have her in my arms. And I asked her, so if this ability came back for you to hold your daughter in your arms and feel good about it, what would you notice? She later told me that it felt good to have a conversation like that and not feel judged. Because she had a reason why she was struggling to engage with her daughter physically. There's something that happened in her past. And I think sometimes we have to be very careful not to confuse hesitancy with reluctance. And if the client is being hesitant, it's just our job to keep doing our job so that we can earn their trust.